do these problems, but you're going to leave them in terms of pi like Johnny was talking about. So it's going to make your life way quicker. So let me do some samples. So watch. First of all, this one, you're going to find the area and the circumference, or in the case of the figure on the right, the perimeter, if you're looking at this shape. So this is for these two problems, 1 and 2. And then for the third one, shaded area. So just watching what I do. On the last worksheet, I had to use a pi estimate of 3.14. These are notes. These aren't on your sheet. These are samples. Okay, just watch what I'm doing. So we know that the area is pi times what? What's the formula? Pi times what? Pi times r squared, which is, in this case, pi times 5 squared. So it's 25. And then you always put the pi at the end. And in this case, I'm not asking you to do an estimate. This is actually the most accurate answer you can give when you use the symbol pi. When you type in 3.14 or 3.1415, right? Then you're making an estimate. You're not as accurate. However, sometimes it's more practical. But on this sheet, you're going to just leave everything in terms of pi. You have to get comfortable doing both. So if I ask you for the circumference, the formula is pi times what? Diameter, right? And so in this case, it's just 10 pi. You don't write pi 10. The final answer is 10 pi, and then your units are meters. No, circumference is not meters squared. It's meters because it's distance around. It's like a piece of string. Okay, so Adam and Xander, you're talking about the problem back here, right? So what would you do? And here are the formulas again, by the way. You can see these. But what would you do to find, say, the distance around? Distance around. So remember, you're going to... Okay, one of you two.
Okay, you do 6 plus 4 plus 6.
So we're going to call that perimeter. So 6 plus 4 plus 6. That's this here.
Plus, then you have to find, is there like a measurement?
What is the circumference? It would be helpful to put it in there. Is there a measurement? Well, this is 4. So what's...
Oh, so then it has to be the left over, it has to be plus, and then the...
First, just tell me what the circumference is. Right? Just tell me what the circumference of the whole circle would be. 4 pi, right? But we want the circumference, and we want to divide that by 2, right? 2 pi. So we're going to add 2 pi here. So far, do you see? So then this is... These add up to 16 plus 2 pi. So you do not combine farther than that, because this and this, we call them, they're not like terms, so we leave it like that, and we write our units as meters. So you just say it's 16 plus 2 pi meters. Leave it. That's way quicker than multiplying out by 3.14 and adding them together, but it's a little weird feeling at first. But that's what I want you to do on the worksheet in front of you. I want you to leave your, this is called leaving your answers in terms of pi.
What if you did the first question and you got it to 3.14?
No, I actually want you to leave your answers in terms of pi. So you're doing more work than I'm asking you.
Okay.
On the last worksheet, I wanted you to use the estimates. I want you to be flexible. So now we're going to practice just leaving in terms of pi. So Noah, move back to your table. Turn around. Okay, so area. Who can help with the area of this? Okay, Zig.
So the area for the square,
For the green, the area.
For the half circle?
The area of the whole shape.
Okay, so for the square one would
It's
be...
not a square.
Yeah, but the square section.
So it's not a square part. rectangle, right?
Would be 6 times 4, which is 24.
So you're going to add that to the half circle, right?
Yeah.
So 24, and then the half circle.
Would be
So what's the area of the whole circle? Let's do that.
divided
What's the area of the whole circle? We'll put it here. What's the radius?
by 2.
2. So what's the area?
Pi times 2 squared,
Pi times 2 squared, which is
which is 4 pi.
4 pi, and we're going to divide it in
2.
2 because we only want half of a circle. So 2 pi, and we're going to put that here. And we leave our answer in terms of pi, but our units are meters squared. So this is the area, and this is the perimeter. Get that? Raise your hand if that makes sense. Okay, so over here, I should have left it like this, but I forgot to take those out. That's the kind of thing you're going to see, and you should visualize lines in there. Do you see that? The lines are going to be there for you, like if you look at your sheet, the lines aren't necessarily there. So somebody new. Ingrid, what would you do?
So if you're trying to find the shaded area, then let's try to find the area of each of the circles.
Sure, that would be good. So what's, my little bracket's a little off, but can you tell me the diameter of one circle?
Probably 6.
6, right? So what's the radius of one circle?
3.
3. So what's the area of one circle, Ingrid?
Pi, 9 pi.
9 pi. Good. And how many circles are there?
There's 6.
Right, so we're going to do 6 circles, right?
Find area of the square.
Okay, let Ingrid finish. She's still working. Okay, so 6 circles is what?
6 circles is,
The area of 6 circles.
yeah, that would be 6 times 9.
Which is,
Which is,
don't yell it out, let her do it.
which is 54 pi.
Right. Okay, so now what would you do, Ingrid?
And
Think if you had a pair of scissors, and you started with a rectangle, and you cut out all those circles. What operation is really going on?
that,
How would you be only left with the green?
subtraction.
You subtract, right? So what, you need to start with your big rectangle, right?
Yeah.
And you need to subtract out 6 circles. Okay, so this is 12. So what is this then?
That is half of 54 pi.
I don't think so. What do you think about this, right? What do we know about the distance across one circle?
That is 6.
6, right?
So that
So how long is this?
18.
18.
Just in 6 years.
Okay, so if I'm calling on somebody, be respectful to them because it's okay for them. It's hard to think out loud. Let her finish. She's doing great. So what are you going to do?
And so then you're going to,
What was this down here then?
you're 18.
18, right?
And so then you're going to multiply 18 by 12.
You're going to multiply 18 by 12, right? So I'm going to do 10 and 2 and 10 and 8. So 100, 80, 20, and 16. So 216.
Yeah. And then you're going to subtract
54 pi.
Yeah.
And that's it. So your units are square meters. That's how you leave your answer. That's the samples for your worksheet. That's on this side. Well, basically on both sides, But on this side in particular, I want you to leave all your answers in terms of pi. Do you see that? On the back side, on number 7, because it's what we call an application problem, use the pi estimate, use 3.14. Does that make sense? All right, so that's a quick